I might have made a mistake when I put up these styrofoam plates. See, over here on this side, they're put with the wide side down, but over on this side, they're put with the small side down, and they're all supposed to be like this, not like this. Ugh. Today is a very cold day here in the studio. Where's the peel cap?
Peel cap?
Yeah, where's the peel cap?
I don't know.
I'm gonna give you a new one. I hereby give this to you.
Oh, thank you. I must try it. Oh!
At least he has some proper branded caps right now. I've been building now for a couple of days on the studio and it does feel good, like it takes shape, it's a lot of things to do. It also makes me feel very productive when I do it. We have some stuff that has slowed things down, such as material shortages due to COVID-19, but then again, you can't do anything than just wait. Been some questions on your name?
Pelle, that's me.
How do you feel? How do you feel in the new cap?
It feels very good. I can gather my thoughts better in this.
It looks good. What do you think about the build out so far? It feels so good to have a coffee brewer here in the office so that whenever my coffee is out, I don't have to go back to Circle K to purchase another cup of coffee. Okay, the Sony A1. Holy crap. What kind of camera is that? I mean, like 8K, 50 megapixel sensor, 30 FPS, continuous shooting, 4K, 120 FPS, 240 FPS, Full HD, A7SIII. I don't even have enough fingers to count all the things that is jam-packed into that camera. Being able to have A7SIII in a mirrorless camera is so good. And looking at specs, I initially felt that I regret buying my A7S III, but when I realized that it didn't have a flip-out screen, I kind of like reverted that decision because I came from the A7 III to my A7S III and I was super glad to have the flip-out screen. And now that I've been using the A7S III for so long, especially since I make a lot of videos, I can't go back to not having a flip-out screen like that. It's not possible for me. I could see myself having this camera sometime in the future if I'm moving forward to a little bit more like all-in-one kind of professional camera, but the A1 is for a very specific audience that needs all the features that it has. But talking about the price of the camera, it is super expensive. I mean, like it's coming in at 2 times the price of the A7S III. So this is going to be a very niche camera. It's going to be a camera that is aimed to someone that wants it all in one single camera and does not do any compromises. I'm really eager to see if it lives up to all the specs without having to, how do you say? Having to, fan heter det. Without having to compromise any of the features in favor of anything else. But for me, as a content creator, videographer, and YouTuber, the A7S III is going to be my main camera for a long time forward. I have not really missed not having the 24 megapixels on the A7S III. I am doing very well with the 12 megapixels, even for photos and Instagram and Facebook and all that. And the 4K just looks astounding. Amazing. I would have loved to have A7SIII in this camera though. I'm not gonna buy the A1 since I think that it's too niched and it's way too expensive for my needs. But I am so glad that Sony is pushing the boundaries with new cameras. I am super excited to try the A1 out because it is a behemoth of a camera. Kafferast! Kafferast! So I did a post on the YouTube community app asking you if you had some questions that I would answer in this episode. Usually whenever I do a Q&A, this is where I will post the actual post for the Q&A. How do you deal with hate when making videos? People hating on you, your work, your success, any of the above, tune it out isn't always the healthiest option, so any advice would be appreciated. What I've personally found to work the best is to just try to block the people that are dropping comments or that you feel are taking energy away from you. And I'm very spared from getting hate comments here on the channel, but I have gotten a lot of comments on my skinny jeans, and I don't give a shit. I love my skinny jeans. Walk us through the moment you decided that you want to go all in on YouTube, and how did that decision shape the content you posted from then on? I would say that the decision that made me go full on YouTube is when the poker B-roll kind of like took off. And ever since then, I've tried pleasing you, which is the audience, but recently, or like the last 6 or 7 months, I've tried to make more content that I enjoy making instead of just the content that I think you want to see. When it's the office party, and am I invited? When it's done, I hope, and yeah, everyone is invited. Before becoming a filmmaker, have you ever thought that one day you will reach this point? Were you confident about this to work? Honestly, no, I didn't think that I would be able to reach this point in YouTube or social media that I have, but I'm super appreciative of it, and I still doubt every single video that I upload if it's gonna perform well or not. When is the Peter McKinnon and Peter Lindgren collab coming? I honestly don't know. I would love to do a collaboration with Peter McKinnon, but due to COVID and all that, I guess we'll see. Peter, if you watch this, you are invited to the studio once it's done to have a sip of whiskey. Huh? What is the best camera slider out there in your opinion? I would say that the Rhino R2 is probably one of the best camera sliders that I've used. How do you balance family, YouTube creating, gym, etc.? Well, in the beginning of 2019, I had no balance at all because that is when I quit my job. But moving like throughout the year, I started to realize that I can't keep that up. So my goal during 2020 was to find that balance, but finding a balance is not something that you do. You rather create the balance for yourself. So I've started small with implementing some like workouts here and there, then try to like stop working at 5 p.m. and then, you know, try to do all these small steps to reach up to the point where I have all the balance that I want to have. But if you are working as like your own company or like an entrepreneur, if you may, then I honestly don't think you will have a perfect balance in your life ever. When did you start YouTube, and what is your profession and age? I started YouTube in 2017 and I have no profession. I didn't study anything. I quit school when I was 14 years old and I'm currently 31 years old. YouTube is something that anyone can do. Like, as long as you enjoy making videos and you want to tell a story to someone that isn't within your vicinity and do that in a way that only you can do it, then YouTube is definitely for you. I think that is going to round up the Q&A and this entire video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if this was your first time watching me, and well, you know what's going to happen. Take care. Peter from Sweden is saying goodbye.